Are you a college student and looking for off-campus internship opportunities? Well, in this video, I'm in conversation with Nistha Gupta, who has interned at Morgan Stanley, Microsoft, Walmart, and she shares her experiences, learnings, and advice for all you folks to apply for on-campus as well as off-campus internship opportunities. Before we begin, make sure to press like, share, and subscribe, and also watch this video until the very end. As you always do, enjoy this one. Hey Nishra, how are you doing?
Hey Sanskar, I'm doing perfect. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Nishra, first of all, can you tell the listeners about yourself?
Thanks for inviting me to the podcast. Hey everyone, I'm Nistha Gupta and I'm currently in my final year pursuing BTech, majoring in information technology. And currently I'm working as a software engineer intern at Walmart. And last summer I've interned at Microsoft and Morgan Stanley. So I've worked with a couple of tech stacks. And apart from that, I'm a very curious person and loves to explore new stuff. And I also host pieces on Twitter and create some kind of content on LinkedIn. Everything around my community is kind of a tech community.
Nishra, you have very decorated background in internships. Like you have interned at Microsoft, at Morgan Stanley, at Walmart. So I would love to know, like, how did you got this internship in the first place?
Okay, so like all of my internships are off campus. Basically, like I never sat for any on campus opportunity. So, like if I talk about Morgan Stanley, like it was the first company I interviewed for. So, I applied to it off campus only on their careers portal. I just saw on LinkedIn that they are hiring for interns. So, I just applied there. And then, they have some process at the back end. And then I got the test link, then cleared that and got the interview opportunity. And then, I also got a 6 months internship opportunity at Browser Stack. It's an unicorn. So, it also has the OA. They were actually hiring through the referrals of their employees. So, it was kind of a referral hiring. So, I took the referral for that and then applied for it and then gave the OA. After clearing that, there were 3 interview rounds and then Walmart. So Walmart is like they had this hiring competition on the D2C platform named Coders. So as the name suggests, it was only for the female candidates. So there were two OA. First one was MCQ, the second one was coding challenge. And then after clearing both the OAs, there was some rank system like top 100 students from the whole competition got the interview opportunity. So after that, then I got the interviews and then the offers. Yeah.
Nishta, I would love to know, like, how have these internships helped you? How have they helped you gain experience and become better as a developer?
So in internship, you work on different technologies, you get to network with so many people. There is so much exposure to the tech world, or you can say to the real life world and new people. So like while I was interning, I've worked, as I mentioned, I've worked on a couple of tech stacks. So like I've worked with machine learning, that was NLP based project. And then in Microsoft, I've worked with Microsoft Azure, and in Walmart also, like I'm working with some new different technologies. So you get to boost your skills. Obviously, they are the big names, so which will give a boost to your resume. And then you network with so many people. Like everyone around you is a techie person, and you are networking with them. You are actually, learning from their experiences, which is again very helpful. And then obviously internships, if you're doing it in third or fourth year, they will lead to a PPO, which is pre-placement offer. So PPO is very helpful. Like you just get placed in your dream company, because all these companies where I'm interning, I've always aspired for working there, and these are kind of my dream companies. So like after getting the PPO, that's a very wonderful, a feeling which you get, because you have already got placed before the season. Like your usually placement season for fourth year or the final year starts from around July or August, and before that I had my PPOs in my hand. So that's a very good feeling. So internship as a whole is a wonderful opportunity for the exposure, for the networking, for boosting your skills, resume, everything.
Awesome. Nishtha, like you said that all of your internships have been off campus. So like my audience is mostly from tier 2, tier 3 colleges. And for them getting on campus internships is like in at least in the first or second year is very difficult. So what do you suggest like for these folks? What should they do? Where should they look for these off campus internships?
So, like, there are so many Telegram or Discord channels, even on LinkedIn. Like, when they are hiring, they used to, put their post or something like that. And there are so many Telegram channels. Like, I have shared about this info on my LinkedIn post. Like, I have curated a list, like, of all those channels or of all their places that, keep on posting such openings whenever there's an opening in any company. So you should follow those things and just get your keep yourself updated when there's an opening. Now then, after you have applied, before even applying your resume, so resume is the most important thing, keeping it up to the date and following all the pointers. Yeah, like you can find so many pointers regarding resume, like your resume should be one pager, should have 3 to 4 decent projects, everything you can find on internet. So when you apply through your resume, once it gets shortlisted in off campus, resume matters a lot. So once your resume gets shortlisted, you will get a OA. For that, usually even startups also usually have these OAs which have DSA questions. DSA basically coding questions. So for that, you need a good practice beforehand. So yeah, that's a separate topic, I would say, for preparing data structures, for prepare like keeping your preparation handy. And then once you clear the OA, then there are certain sets of interviews which you will go through. So this is the process. Usually, like on campus, off campus, process kind of remains same. It's just a matter of opportunity, it's just a matter of resume. Like an on campus, it's very easy
Hmm.
to get a OA link, and in off campus it's like resume also plays an important role. But then kind of preparation, your like how much you are prepared, how much hard work you have done, that remains the same. So yeah.
So, Nishta, as you mentioned that resumes are very important for off-campus internships. So, like
Yeah.
if someone is in their first or second year, so what should they add in their resumes?
Very interesting question. Even I was the same. So, like, even if you have not worked, but like, if you are aspiring for some technical company, or if you're, looking towards that, you might have done at least a good number of TSA questions, or like you would have done some development skill. So, it's totally fine if you don't have any internship experience. That's okay, but you should have some good number of projects in first year. I don't think you might have good project as well, because even I didn't had. So
Exactly.
but yeah, so like for TSA questions, like wherever you are practicing, whether it's Git code, whether it's code forces, hacker rank, whatever, you can mention the handles of that. You can mention like you should participate in some high like coding competitions. There are so many coding competitions going on nowadays, so just participate in that, and if you get a certain good rank, you can mention them in your resume. For development, like there are so many development skills out there, so you might be doing something. Like if you're in second year, you might be actually doing some development skill. So for that, you'll be having some projects, you'll be building some projects. So put your projects which you're proud of, 3 to 4 recent projects, in your resume. So basically, if you don't have any internship experience, your projects will get your resume shortlisted. And some people who are actually who are not actually doing development but are more in like competitive programming and everything, so you can put your achievements, you can put your ranks on your resume. So that's also a factor which gets your resume shortlisted.
Also, Nishta, is it advisable for in the first place, like for students in the first year to apply for internships?
If you think that internship is actually helping you, like I did an internship in my first year. So basically, I was a teaching assistant at Coding Ninjas. You can say that was boosting my DSS skills as
Hmm.
well. And like it was basically towards the end of second semester and start of third semester. So I'll say between first and second year. So it will be boosting my DSS skills. And then when you hear someone else's doubt, so you also get to learn new things. And then Yeah, I mean, doing an internship which is actually helpful for you, and you think that is contributing to your skills, that is contributing to your resume as well, then you should definitely go for. But if you think that's actually wasting your time, or it's like it doesn't have any contribution to your overall development, then I think I wouldn't suggest that you should go for that.
Interesting. Also, Mr. Like, what should folks keep in mind while applying for internships? Should they look for like the brand of the company, or should they look for like how much money they will get? What sort of mindset should you have?
Okay, so like for looking towards the internship, first you should think that what you're actually expecting out of it. Money is, I'll say it's an important factor, but don't consider it as the first priority. First, you should see that what it has to offer you. Like, are you going to learn some new technical skill, or like the project which you will be getting, that is actually of your interest or not. So whatever, like what expectations you were having for the internship, if that internship is fulfilling that, then go for that. But like primary factor should be your interest, and should be how much you are able to gain from that internship. And then yeah, obviously if two internships have everything same to offer you, then the factor which remains is the stipend only. So that's the thing. But your primary focus should be on learning, and not how much you are actually able to earn. Because once you have a good variety of skills, and once your personal development is actually good, then you can earn much more than what it has to offer you at the current place.
Mr. Like, nowadays there are programs like GSoC and MLH fellowship. So if I give you an option, like you have two roads, you one road leads you to GSoC and one takes you to internship at Walmart. So which one would you choose and why?
You're asking which I'll choose, GSoC or
Yeah,
Walmart?
yeah.
That's a very tricky question, I would say, because it totally depends on one's interest. Like, I have not tried much of the open source or something. I've I have always aimed, like I never tried GSoC as well. Like, I never tried to work towards that. But like, there are so many of my friends who have even cleared GSoC, or who have aimed GSoC. So I think it depends on personal interest. Like if you are passionate about open source, if you want to contribute to the projects and something like that, so that person will definitely go to GSoC. But in my current situation, if I talk about, so I would have chosen Walmart, because that will lead to a PPO. And for me, at that time when my campus has nothing great to offer me, so I cannot leave that opportunity. Because GSoC is a great program. It offers you a great great exposure, great networking, great learning skills. But at the end, it's kind of a, like it won't be able to offer you PPO, but it will lead a number of pathways. You can get a very good internship and placement via that GSoC, because you will ultimately develop your skills. And GSoC is a good brand also. GSoC is a good name as well.
Hmm.
Like it attracts many of the offers. But again, like if I had that fear in my mind, that no, I think I can lose the opportunity for getting plays or something like that. So I would have went for Walmart, because I can learning and everything is good, but it will again lead me to a PPO, which is pre-placement offer. So basically I'll get placed somehow, and won't have to struggle much after that.
Hmm. Awesome. Also, Nishna, like if you're from a technical background, like from a CS undergrad's point of view, should you be doing non-tech internships if you get a chance to do them?
I've been asked so many times this question. So, doing a non tech internship is totally fine. until you are learning something, until it is contributing to your skills, again I would say. So something like if it is contributing to your soft skills, to your overall personal development or something like that, then you can go for non-tech internships. It's totally fine. But again, my advice would be, if you think it's a waste of time or nothing, it's not adding anything to your plate, then I don't think that's a good internship, whether it's tech internship or whether it's non-tech internship.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I have not done many non-tech internships, or I think I have never done any non-tech internship, I would say. So can't really say ki, like what non-tech has to offer someone. But again, like if it's something like you're getting a lot to speak in front of public, so that's again, contributing to your communication skills, public speaking skills, so that's a good thing, so you can try out. But if you're ultimately aiming for technical industry, then you should not waste too much time or invest too much time on that skill, or like on that internship, because ultimately your goal is to lead into the technical industry. So, and like if I talk about companies, so what they focus on is your technical internships rather than non-tech very much.
Hmm. I totally agree with Nishta. Also, Nishta, like, have you tried our hands-on CP for getting these internships? Because there are, as you mentioned earlier, like there are certain contests going on these days. Like, if you get a good rank in those contests, the company directly approaches you. So, do you think that CP is a good pathway for folks to follow?
Yes, definitely. CP is a brain exercise, and CP is ultimately a great thing. Like many of my friends, are doing extremely good in competitive programming. Like I used to give contest on lead code, some contest on code chef and code forces as well. But like there are so many of my friends, CP friends, who are actually doing it, wholeheartedly and too much. I have never done that, because like I got these internships and various things
Hmm.
beforehand. Like when I started, so I had to prepare for interview preparation as well. So, but CP, it's CP and DSA. I won't say that it is very much different, but CP is kind of a brain exercise, and it develops your logical thinking. It develops your ability to solve, like it develops your problem solving skills basically. So that is ultimately very helpful. And even companies, like if I talk about any company, so if they see a very good, rating or rank, so they actually, they get even. That impresses the company basically. And even like when you need to solve coding questions in OA or in interview rounds, that is actually very helpful. So if you're enjoying CP, if you're passionate about it, then do do follow this path. But if you're not do not say that I'm not getting the result after doing a little practice, because CP actually requires a lot of practice, then only you'll start getting the results. So give a good amount of time to that and develop your problem solving skills. That will ultimately be very helpful.
Great points. Mr. Finally, I would love to know from you, like, so far we have talked about how to get an internship, how will it help you, and such stuff. But if someone does not get an internship, if someone keeps on applying, still he gets on facing rejections, what alternative do they have, and what can they do to improve themselves?
So if you are again and again getting rejected, first get your resume reviewed. It maybe there are some chances that it is lacking something. If you're getting rejected from interviews, then make a note. Like I actually used to have this notepad or something where I used to write points that why I'm getting rejected, what are the things which I lacked. So just write down those points. If it's data structures, improve on that. If it's like you might have forgotten to work on your computer science fundamentals, maybe it's GBMS, maybe it's OS, so try and try learning those things. So basically see why are you getting rejected. Ultimately, if you're not so, and then eventually when you'll improve yourself, you'll land somewhere, land in some good position. But internship is not the end. If you have not able to, if you're not able to secure a good internship, no worries, keep preparing, keep working hard. And there are so many opportunities out there. you'll surely get your dream placement or dream company, I would say. And if you are like as I mentioned about GSoC and other programs, there are GSoC, there are MLH, and there are so many good programs out there for developers, for student communities basically. So if you are if you are passionate about open source, or if you are a good developer, then these are also the opportunities these are also kind of internship, I would say. But this is something that you are contributing to, and contributing to an organization. So if you are passionate about open source or something like that, then you should search programs related to that. Like let's say if you are working on blockchain technology, if you code in Solidity or something, then you should try searching for those organizations. You can try searching for those companies which are actually hiring interns for blockchain. So if you are a blockchain enthusiast working towards that, and not having a good grasp on DSA basically, mainly. But if you'll keep applying on those companies which require DSA, that will ultimately lead you rejection. But if you'll apply to a company which
Hmm.
requires blockchain basically, so that's a thing that you will obviously succeed there, because this is the skill that the company was looking for. So first try to aim what's your dream company, what's your dream placement, what actually in which industry do you want to enter, work towards that, and then you'll definitely see a good results.
Wow, great points, Nishta.